Okay, Kimmy, I'm going to just have a look at a couple of my favourites with you and have a little chat while we look. So, starting with Shark Island, which is one of my most favourite places. I'm going there in a couple of weeks for a picnic. I've been there a couple of times. I draw it every day. Just getting nice and close. So that's pretty typical of what I do with it. Very loose, just capturing the shape. And on the right, that's the jetty, so that means that I'm heading down towards the harbour bridge. Moving on, more Shark Island. Shark Island with a background, which I don't do that often, but I've just started doing. Not so happy with that one, but I've just put it in as an example. And more Darling Shark Island. Okay, and here's a biggie. So, this is indigo ink on beautiful cotton, very heavy English watercolour paper. Next, South Head. I love drawing South Head. I draw South Head a lot. And again, this is that beautiful indigo ink. I did these a couple of nights before the show opened, so I was very happy that they turned out. Okay, North and South Head. Again, I've only just started doing these ones in the last couple of months, just getting like a broader perspective. I might just move in and just have a little detail. So there's a house. Actually, don't know anything about that house, but I'm going to find out. There's the lighthouse. I always include the lighthouse in the house. And I've just started to include this, which I'm actually not quite sure what that is, but it's a very beautiful white wooden structure. And there's a boat. And I'm now considering how to paint these. I'm thinking I'd like to introduce a bit of gold. And if I end up doing these on canvas, I think I'll stick to the line, and I might just do a nice pearly white background and use the indigo again. Okay, so moving on to my South Head drawings. Oops, there's my shadow. And I always love it when I can get some kind of action included. So there's the plane that goes up to Palm Beach. That's always around, but it's not always quite there. So South Head, so there's the lighthouse and the house, and you can tell that I'm moving because the lighthouse and the house are in different places. So these I do these very quick sketches, and they all take maybe less than a minute. This is my favourite. And I've just called that Between North and South, because that's a navy boat, a cruiser I suppose, going up between the heads, and I was sitting on the back of the ferry one morning and saw it and thought, right, I've got to get it. It was a big swell. You can see I've got some waves going up onto North Head. I just adore this. It's not for sale. Some more of these North and South Head, and in the middle, on the left we've got Middle Head as well. Sorry, the camera's shaking. And there's a lovely rosy spot right in the middle, and that's just a problem with the camera. So, north, south, middle, or from the back of the Manly ferry. So more of South Head. I'll just zoom right in. So I actually include the left there is the gap, I'd say. And that's coming from Manly Wharf, of course that's the only way you see the gap as well. Single line, more South Head. Nielsen Park. Just skip over these, that's more beautiful South Heads, and this is a nice one of Blues Point. I've only actually drawn Blues Point a couple of times, but my friend James was very impressed and bought this. Garden Island, I try and get it in every day. I love Garden Island. And so here's a triptych, a really good one of each of my favourite spots, so one of Shark, one of Nielsen, one of South Head. That was bought by my friend Mal. Mrs. Macquarie's chair, which I happen to have called Lady Macquarie's chair. And the huge crane in Garden Island, which I absolutely adore. It's so big, it's just fantastic. Fabulous bit of engineering. My tree, so this is the tree that is in the Botanical Gardens right above the Opera House. So when you're pulling into Circular Quay, you see this fantastic eucalypt, this gum. And I just always draw it. It's the last thing I draw before I get off the ferry. It's my final meditation. I've done this lots and lots of times. This one was also bought by Mel. Clark Island. Clark Island's really hard to draw because it's actually quite boring. Shark Island's much easier to draw because it's a very interesting shape. And Clark is just kind of, doesn't actually have a lot. So this I put in because I actually think I made it quite an interesting drawing. So we're almost there. Another big one of Neilson Park. So this I did by hand based on one of my small drawings. A couple more of Neilson. Love drawing Neilson Park, it's a beautiful shape. Got those gorgeous, gorgeous rocks. Another one of Neilson. It's quite hard. These are postcard size. All of these bits of paper are postcard size, so very, very small. So I've got Neilson Park tip to tip in there 3 times. That's, just probably 3 minutes worth of drawing. Here's another one of Neilson Park, a biggie. Very, very happy with the big ones. And this one is going to be owned by the State Librarian. And I like this one because, remember how I said I like it when there's action or a little detail? This has got 2 sailing boats in it. Sorry, you've got my reflection there. 2 sailing boats. And you can see I've got Shigeto up there. I listen to music while I draw every morning. So I was listening to Shigeto that morning. Love Shigeto. Okay, my darling, that's it. I'll just do a quick swirl. And there's lots of dots, so that's very nice. Very happy I've sold about half. And I wish you could have been here. I wish you and Jared could have been here. It would have been lovely to have you here. I know you're having a very exciting time. Okay. Bye.